Hey y'all, welcome back to A Gal from Cleveland with Tamika Shanea, where we talk about real life, honey, real growth, and real conversations. So let's get into it. All right. So today's episode is very special to me. This is a second take of today's episode because the original episode that I had for episode three, man, just it was a lot. It was a lot, okay? Like I recorded it. I was all ready to put it up today and stuff. And next thing I know, it wasn't no audio. I said, what the heck, man? So I said I tried to do it on my computer again, still no audio. Then finally the audio came on and then the video was lagging. And I said, okay, let me just try this on my phone. This is the best way. So I think that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna just do them on my phone because it seems like the computer is not working. But anyway, so welcome to episode 3 of season 2. And this episode is all about me and my MBA graduation. Yay! Yay, 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 yay. So, um, let me just say this. Your gal graduated. Your gal from Cleveland graduated on May 9th, 2026 from Cleveland State University. I have my master's in business administration now. Yay. Yay to me. Okay. A lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. We did it, Joe. You know how Kamala was like, we did it, Joe. We did it, Tamika. We got it. We got it, girl. But baby, along with the celebrations, honey, it came with a whole bunch of heartache, heartbreak, headaches, stress, depression, crying, late nights. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing for y'all. It was a lot. And it got on my nerves. And it got me to a point where I was like, almost like, man, I'm about to end this. Like, for real. I cannot keep dealing with this drama. Man. All right. But this season really taught me a lot. And yes, I have my stuff on my computer that I'm going to talk about. So I'm looking down. But it did teach me a lot. It taught me about loyalty. It taught me about jealousy. It taught me about fake ass friends. It taught me about how people really do show their colors when you level up. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. So let's do a new segment. It's called Cleveland Check-In. So, first of all, can we talk about how Cleveland people support you after you after everybody else notices you? I noticed that I just recently did another podcast. Shout out to the Pull Up Experience, who just recently had me on as I did an interview. And honey, now all of a sudden everybody want to be, oh, Tamika, 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 Tamika. But baby, what about when I started this podcast 2 years ago? What about when I was asking y'all, hey, take a look, see how it is, let me know, whatever, whatever. And then, I got maybe like a couple of people, but then it was kind of like, um, hold on, y'all, I'm about to take this off because I was trying to put it on because it say Tamika Shanea, but it's like acting up. Whatever. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, it just, it's kind of sad that like it takes other things to start happening for people to finally start noticing you. And baby, Cleveland will humble you and love you at the same time. I'm telling y'all, I've been telling y'all probably since season 1 how I have such a love hate relationship with my city. Okay, my city, ride or die. But baby, I be like, Lord, why did you have me born in Cleveland or Warrensville? That's still part of Cleveland. But why? Because baby, this city is a trip. And I'm not saying no other cities aren't, but I'm talking about my experience of Cleveland, Ohio. Okay? Anyway, um, I will say that this city really has taught me resilience. It really has. And it definitely teaches you how to survive and learn like lessons, hard lessons, because baby, I think that's why this MBA was so important for me to get. It was not to prove myself to anybody. It was for me to prove myself to me. It wasn't to prove it to anybody else. And the reason I say that is because I had a goal and I was determined to get this goal done. And baby, I did. And I'm very proud of myself because I'm trying to tell y'all it was so much that went into this. And I was working full time. I'm a caregiver for my mom, trying to be a wife, a mom, you know what I'm saying? And going to school full time. That was a lot. This year and a half taught me a lot about, girl, you got, just seriously, like, I have to give myself props because the fact is that there was some days where I just wanted to quit. And there were some days I cried. And there was some days where I talked to my husband and I was just like, man, I don't even want to do this no more. Like, these teachers like get on my nerves and I work my butt off and then they want to give me like a B or C on this assignment. And I know I really worked my butt off on the assignment. So yeah, it taught me a lot. And I thank God, honestly, that I did go through those trials and tribulations because now I can come on here and I can say that I did it. I am now officially Tamika Shanea Carter, MBA. So, hey. Um, so, let me just tell y'all, I am very excited. It's been officially a week now since I've had this MBA. And shout out to all of my family and friends that came to graduation, the ones that watched on live stream, sent me pictures, sent me texts after I walked the stage and stuff like that. I have to say that I'm very, very grateful and I'm humble that I do have a lot of family and friends that have been on this MBA journey with me that started from the beginning, some that started in the middle, and then some that were finally at the end. But I'm just like really excited that I finally was able to get this done. And the thing is that, it took a lot of prayer. It took a lot of prayer for me to get this done. Because seriously, like I just told y'all, the nights, the long nights, the nights where I stayed up to 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get my my assignments in and my essays and my reports, and it was a lot. It was a lot. Then on top of that, trying to take care of my mom, and then trying to be there for my kids and be there for my husband, and be there for work because work was becoming stressful because we had, during my MBA journey, we had moved to a new office. So that was a whole nother thing. Like, and I was ahead of that, or I thought I was. And the thing was that it was a lot. It was a lot going on. It was you know, I'm 49. When I started this journey, I was 48 because it's a year and a half. So the thing is that I got my degrees later, after graduation. I graduated in 1995. I had my son in 1996. He's 30. Then um, in 2010, I went back and got my associates. Originally, I was trying to get my bachelor's, but I don't know what Brian and Stratton decided to do. But whatever. I ended up getting my associates in business administration. Nothing wrong with that. Not mad at it at all. That associates got me some really good jobs. But then I said, no, we got to go a step further. We got to go a step further. So in 2013, I decided that I wanted to get my bachelor's, but I was going to get my bachelor's in communications, mass communications. So I actually went to a school and I did, I think it was like a advanced, yeah, it was. It was advanced mass communications where I was going to end up like graduating in a year. And had a 4.0, was vice president of CAUSE, which was the African American Studies group there. I was actually thinking about pledging, a Greek sorority. And during that time, I think it was some BS that was going on during that time. So we ain't gonna talk about all that. But just the fact was, I was thinking about it, and then I decided against it. Um, but hello, financial aid ran out, grants ran out. They wasn't giving up no scholarships, and unfortunately, I couldn't finish. So, ooh, I thought someone was calling on me, but it was my hair. The thing is that I couldn't finish. I never finished that degree. And I was very hurt by that because the fact was I worked my ass off. I had a 4.0. I was not even that far away from graduating with that degree, but I couldn't. So I shut it down. I just say, whatever, it is whatever. After that, and that was like from 2013 to 2015. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like I could have graduated in 2015, but like I said, it didn't work. Okay, so that wasn't God's plan for me to get that degree. God's plan was for me to come back a decade later and say, hey, I'm gonna try this again. But the good thing about it, I found a place where I was able to go tuition free. Only thing I ever paid for was like the test that I took, and that was University of the People. And shout out to University of the People for anybody that does want to go back to school and don't want to have the debt of financial aid and things like that. University of the People is a first tuition free college, and they work with uh, Cambridge University. They work with Harvard Business because I was able to do some things with Harvard Business and get like a certificate for doing it, all while I was getting my bachelor's. And in 2014, I'm sorry, not 2014, I apologize, 2024, I was able to graduate with a bachelor's. And I had a minor in marketing because I got that. And I just love it. I love the fact that, yeah, and it was during COVID too. I got sick, and one of my teachers, he pissed me off. I had COVID. You know what I'm saying? It was my statistics teacher. He was a dick. But anyway, I still graduated. And I graduated. The sad thing about it, I was 1 point away from being cool body. I could have been cool body, but it's okay. It's okay. Because guess what? I still got my master's. I ended up applying to Cleveland State. I applied to 4 schools, and I got into 3 out of 4. And I was kind of upset because one of the schools was Kent, and Kent did not. I had like my supervisor, she was an alumni, can do a recommendation. I had my husband do a recommendation. I had like all sorts of people doing recommendations. I even got like one of my old professors from my associates to do it, and they still didn't take me. But I was like, it's okay. Maybe that's Ari's school. Let me just let Ari graduate from there. It's okay. So CSU was also one of the places that I applied to for my master's, and I got in. And I felt, I was like, maybe Cleveland State is where I'm supposed to be because they do have one of the best, business programs. And I was like, I'm not gonna even be mad, that I didn't get into Kent, and I'm still not because I still got my MBA. So, shout out to Cleveland State University because y'all worked the hell out of me for this year and a half, and I'm very proud to be an alum. And also, I found out I was awarded a student of distinction. So, that article is actually on the front page of the website, of the CSU website, which is kind of cool to like go on the website and then I see me. I'm like, hello, hi, Tamika, you're so cute. But yes, I'm very, a gal from Cleveland is an alumni of a Cleveland University. So shout out on that. The thing is that I ain't gonna lie to y'all. There was some nights I questioned myself. I was like, girl, why are you doing discussion boards at 3 o'clock in the morning when you got to be at work at 9? Man, I mean, and I could have like literally worked a full day. Like I worked from 9 to 5, and then coming home, I had to cut a lot of stuff out. huge thing that I was so heartbroken to cut out was my cycle bar. Shout out to Cycle Bar Beachwood because like for 4 years I went there like religiously. And then all of a sudden I had to let it go because it didn't fit in my schedule no more because I was constantly working or I was, doing schoolwork. So I would be too tired to be trying to do anything. But I think now I'm going to go back if I don't get this Peloton, because I might get this Peloton for the graduation gift. I'm just saying. Just saying. So I had to realize that this degree wasn't just about education. And it was proof to myself that I could finish something really hard. Getting a master's is hard. I mean, honestly, getting any degree, it doesn't matter if you're getting an associate's, you're getting a bachelor's, you're getting a master's, you're getting a doctorate. They're all hard. Like, you know, if you decide to pursue college and you decide to keep going all the way up to the higher levels, yes, it's hard. It's hard. It's days where you want to just be like, F everybody. And on top of that, I am 49 years old going through perimenopause, so I don't like nobody. And I'll keep it 100 with y'all. F everybody. That's how I felt when I was going through this. Because the thing was, it was a lot. It was a lot. And it was so stressful. It really was. It was very stressful for me. It was people that all of a sudden, we were cool, and then I was ready to slap the shit out of them because I'm just like, I don't like you, and I don't like your attitude. And then I will admit, it was times where I didn't think to put myself in those people's shoes because they might have been going through something, and I was like, just kind of worried about everything that I was going through. And that's not really me. I'm very empathetic when it comes to things like that. But it was just some people that really rubbed me the wrong way. Really rubbed me the wrong way, especially when we were doing this move. And I was just like, yeah, you're taking your job a little bit too seriously. It reminded me of there was this one particular girl that I worked with when I was in the hospital, and she, literally had the same title as all of us, but she thought she was better than all of us, and I had to like tell her one day, I'm like, hold up, baby girl, you got the same title as me. You're not over me. We're supposed to be equal. So don't talk to me like you're my manager. Like, let's keep it 100. So, hello. Anyway, um, I just had to be like, I had to keep it 100 with her. I was like, yo, we're not doing that. So, now let's really get into the part that nobody really wants to talk about, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Yeah. Um, I'm going to read something that I wrote, and I just, this was because I was getting prepared for this all yesterday, which I was so upset that my other one did not have audio because I was going. But I'm going to read part of what I wrote. So I said, sometimes people clap for you publicly, but secretly feel uncomfortable privately when your life starts changing. And I noticed that from a lot of people. And, you know, I have to shout out my closest girlfriends that I call sisters. And if you've ever seen any of my Facebook combos with God, that is my Facebook, um, what I do on Facebook, combos with God. But if you've ever seen me talk about what me and God have talked about for years, that there is different kind of people in your life. So of course you have your ride or dies. You know, a lot of times that's a lot of immediate family, close family, and it's, extended family. But you also got people that are not even related to you, ride or dies. Like no matter what, you can go to those people about anything and they gonna be ride or die for you. Then you have associates, AS associates, as I call them. They're the bottom of the barrel, baby, because the fact is they are full of shit, excuse my language, and they're the ones that always prey on you, like not PRAY, PREY. Those are the ones that will smile in your face the backstabbers. Those are the ones that sit up there. They be like, "Oh yeah, girl, I'm so happy for you," and then be like, "That bitch." Yeah, those people. Those are the ass associates. Then you have in the middle, you have your actual friends. You have people that you consider friends, but not ride or dies, but they friends. You know, those people that you cordial with, people you might kick it with, you might hang out with, people that you know they're like genuinely happy for you, but they're not like that ride or die. That's the person that you can go to for anything. Like no matter what you're going through, that ride or die is going to always be there for you. But they're friends. They're people that you can consider friends. So those are like the three places that, I have people in my life. I have my ride or dies, I have my friends, and then I have my associates. The ones that I keep you for at a far distance because I know you full of shit. And I know for a fact that you go sit up here and you go try to play me. Like, a lot of people have played me for years and got away with it. And then finally, when I like shut them down, they all so shocked. They're so surprised. Oh my God, Tamika, what do you mean? Why are you acting like that? Because you're full of shit. Let's keep it 100. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. Y'all know if y'all been riding with me for like 2 years on this thing, y'all know I do not sugarcoat on this show. This is like probably the second, yeah, this is the second episode where I've actually been able to do a video, which I'm so uber excited. So, but y'all heard my voice, y'all heard my audio, y'all know I don't sugarcoat nothing. So the fact is, I hate people that sit up here and they try to act like they don't know that they did you wrong. Hello, you know. But anyway, um, so I just want to say, I noticed people were acting distant, lack of support. I noticed that Saturday when I had my brunch, and shout out to my girl, April. April, you did an excellent job. I did have a wonderful time. I love you so much. I know it might have not seemed like I was genuinely happy. I was not happy at the fact that I had people that sat up there and said they were going and they didn't even have the common courtesy to text me or call me and let me know. I had to call some people, well, not necessarily call, but I had to text some people and be like, hey, are you coming? Just to see, because supposedly these people RSVP, we were going by like as far as food and trinkets and things like that. I had to bring home trinkets. I wasn't expecting to bring home trinkets, but it's okay because like the people that were not able to show up, I'll make sure you get a trinket. Because you did support it, even though you weren't able to come, and you did like come out and tell me you weren't able to come. But it was a lot of people that now I'm not gonna mess with you, and I already told y'all that I'm not messing with y'all, and I've said it on Facebook. I did a nice little video about it. It's just time that I realized that, people are really like not riding. And it's cool. It's cool. I'm not gonna shed a tear. I'm not gonna like beg for a relationship or friendship because that's not me. And I'm gonna keep it moving because I'm in a different level right now. Hello. Anyway, so yeah, I just noticed like weird energy. I noticed people minimizing the accomplishment. I mean, baby, it's huge. It's huge. I've had so many people tell me that I was minimizing it. And they were like, hold up, no, you're not. You're not about to minimize an MBA. Are you serious? Like, quit doing that to yourself. I will tell y'all, my self esteem has been always throughout the years. It's been an all time low. I feel like I have imposter syndrome where I don't feel good things should happen to me, even though people tell me all the time, Tamika, why do you feel that way? But it's probably just different things throughout my life and people who've always tried to minimize me as a person and always tried to make me feel like I was less than. So I think even now at 49, I'm trying really hard to pat myself on the back with different things. So y'all just forgive me. But I do feel like sometimes that, you know, I do downgrade accomplishments and things that I've really worked hard on and stuff. And people have to tell me, they're like, yo, no, we're not doing that. You're not about to do that. Cut. Um, I did notice people like that was faking the funk. with the congratulations, knowing that they really wasn't like happy. But oh girl, congratulations, and you know that pop up. Don't hardly speak to me, but you all of a sudden I look on my page and you it's just all these congratulations of people I don't even talk to, and I'm looking like, yo, we don't even conversate. I mean, not saying everybody was fake, but some of them I really looked at and I'm like, whatever. And I hate to say that, y'all. I hate to say that, but I'm just gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Seriously, I am on here. Um, but I think what really hurt me was this one person in particular, and like somebody I consider a ride, I thought was a ride or die, but now they've downgraded to an associate ASS. If they even are that, because I might just like end the relationship. But was like, shit happens, but I still love you, huh? Nah, nah, I don't do that. The shit happens thing, yeah, shit does happen, but common courtesy and respect also tells you make a phone call, do a text. I'm just being real. Like I would have respected you more doing that than you not showing up at all, which is what you did. And then you had to know to like try to get an attitude or try to make it like you didn't want to take accountability for what you did. And it wasn't just you, it was quite a few of y'all. And I just get to the point where I'm just like, I'm not about to like kiss none of y'all's, you know what, for a friendship. I'm really not, because I have a lot of people that really, really care about me. Um, you know, and I have some really, really cool um, female and male friends that really will ride or die for me, as well as my family. So if we never speak in life again, it's not gonna hurt me. I'm not gonna shed a tear because I feel like after what you said, it kind of made me think about our friendship because I'm just like, mm-mm, I think that was real jacked up. I really do. Um, I just learned that everybody who starts with you necessarily is not going to end with you. I've always, like I told my kids, people are in your lives for reasons and seasons. Everybody's not going to be from the beginning to the end. You're going to have people that unfortunately you're going to miss these relationships, but in time they're going to move on. You're going to move on from those, and you're going to be good. Next week I'm going to have Savion on, my second oldest. We're going to be talking about mental health awareness and some things that, he wanted to express. And like I have been telling him, um, you know, it's just like seriously, these online friends, because he has a lot of online friends. He has real friends too, but a lot of online friends. But like I told him, you know, these people be faking the funk for real. They fake the funk, and we'll talk about it next week. I'm not gonna like just jump on here because I normally do this for 30 minutes. I might end up doing it for an hour because God said, you know what, Tamika, I messed up your last podcast. We're gonna make sure this one. But anyway, so the thing is that unfortunately you do lose friends when you level up. And it's not intentional. It's just unfortunately people are not going to be at the beginning. The ones that started at the beginning with you are not going to be at the end with you, and it's okay. It's okay. Like dirt off your shoulder and keep it moving. Um, I just know sometimes your growth forces people to confront the areas where they stop growing. So, like, if they see you growing and then they stop growing or they just decided not to move forward on certain things, yeah, it's that imbalance. And it hurts. It hurts when you move to another level and then you have somebody that literally kind of like shit on you. It hurts, but we have to keep it moving. We have to keep it moving. We have to reach for the stars, and we just, That's just one less person that gets to enjoy you as a person again. So, um, I really feel like I need to protect my peace. So that's why, just like as a segue to what I was talking about, a lot of people I'm not going to deal with anymore because my peace has to be protected. The thing is, when you normally only get a chance to hurt me once, and now I don't want to deal with you no more. There has been instances that I have been like, after having a conversation with God, I've let people come back in my life. um, so far, it's been cool. Other people I have let come back, but not all the way back. Like, they can watch me on social media, but we are not going to kick it. We're not going to hang out. But you can still be a part of my social media realm. You can reach out to me on social media, but you don't have my phone number no more. You do not know where I live, so you will not be coming to visit. It is people that I have got there in that level. But um, you know, you gotta learn boundaries, y'all. And I think that's one thing, unfortunately, it took me a very, very long time to realize. I have to learn my boundaries with certain people. Well, actually, everybody. It's not just certain people, it's just everybody. You have to learn your boundaries. People like to take you there. They do. And that's sad because you really, really shouldn't have to feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel sometimes, we got to really learn how to say, hold up, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that. And if you want to do that, you will do it by yourself. I'm not about to do that with you. So, you just got to be mature about it. You got to handle it with grace. And sometimes you got to bow out gracefully. hmm Sometimes you got to just be like, I'm bowing out. I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to argue with you. I'm not about to cuss at you. I'm not about to fight with you. Unfortunately, I'm going to bow out gracefully out of this relationship. So, I feel like some people like the you, the old version that needed them more than the new version, which technically don't need them. Like, it's a privilege to be in my life, honey. Let's keep it 100. Um, but, like I said, everybody can't go into your next season. Some people are assigned to your chapters and not the whole book. So just, let them be a part of that chapter, and then you go to the next chapter. Unfortunately, they were a part of the previous chapter, so we ain't gonna even talk about them in the new chapter. And like I said, that's okay. Just stop begging people for relationships and friendships. Like, seriously, that was something I think I posted that a while back. That I said that for people to stop begging for relationships and businesses, business relationships and things like that. Because if people really, really want to be around you, they'll make time for you. It shouldn't be a thing of you calling them or texting them and be like, hey, blah, 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 blah. If they really want to be around you, they will be around you. So, um, now, guess what? If you're listening to this and you want to go back to school, by all means, don't let nothing stop you. Please pray about it first. Pray about it. Um, Definitely keep growing if you decide not to go back to school. I'm saying, for me personally, when I decided to go and reach for this MBA, it was for me. It wasn't for nobody else. I didn't care about what nobody else had said about me in the past, because I think I've proven time and time again what all the naysayers said about me, that's what they got. So it's just the fact that, God has lifted me up constantly, um, has put major favor on my life, has brought me the most wonderful husband that any girl could have. And shout out to him because today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Sean. So I'm truly, honestly grateful for my ride or die sisters, um, Nicole, April, Annette, Yari. Those are my babies. Then I have my little sisters, you know, Octavia, and then my real sister Maya. Shout out to her. Um, I also have my other ride or die Barbara, my mommy, and my other friend Barbara. Um, so I'm happy. I'm happy with my kids, D, Saviari, and Karan. I'm just happy to be just happy to have really good family and friends. And if I name all of y'all, Jesus Christ, we'll go into a whole hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I ain't gonna do that to y'all. But the ones I did name, they are definitely ride or die, and I can go to them for anything and everything. So the thing is that I thank God daily for everything that I have accomplished. Like I said, I have had imposter syndrome. I have had low self esteem where I feel like stuff that is happening, why is it happening to me? Like good things. And, that's why I always say therapy is the key because we have to stop thinking like this. And like I said, it is Mental Health Awareness Month. Next week, I will be having my baby saving and we're going to talk about it. But the thing is that I feel very truly grateful and blessed that I have done this journey, that it is over with, that now I'll have some time, that now I can finally get this real estate together because I've been trying to do this for a while. So I really got to get it going. I already passed one part, so I got to pass this national. I really, really, that is my goal. That is my huge goal, y'all, is to become a real estate agent and then eventually a broker. So that's my next move, if that's what y'all wanted to know. That is my next move to get this real estate out the way. I cannot keep going back and forth with this damn test. So I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done. 2026 has been really, so far, a cool year. I ain't gonna say it's a great year yet because I suddenly forgot what happened back in January. But so far, it's been cool. So, I'm gonna tell y'all this: go back to school, start that business, elevate, um, heal, heal, apply for all the opportunities that you feel that you can apply for or that God has given to you, and take time to breathe. Take time to inhale and exhale. Stop waiting to exhale. Just breathe because we got so much going on in life. This crazy ass world, we're all a part of it, unfortunately, but we gotta take time off for ourselves. And I think that's another thing with me. I don't take time off for myself. So when my daughter literally told me that after brunch, she was like, Mom, you take care of everybody else, but you don't take care of yourself. It almost brought tears to my eyes because I do. I want to make sure everybody else is good. And now I'm going to take time for myself. I'm going to follow my own damn advice. How about that? Hello. So, on that note, thank y'all so much for tuning in to A Girl from Cleveland. This is episode 3 of season 2, MBA graduation and other things. And from Cleveland with love and a little wisdom. Tamika Shanea here. So, I'll see y'all on the next episode. As I say, episode 4 will be with my second oldest son, Savy. I am excited to have him on the show. We're going to talk about mental health awareness, and you guys tune in. So God bless y'all, and talk to you soon. Bye.